you guys doing? This is Student X. I'm here today because, well, I know how to shoot guns, I know how to play basketball, I'm in great shape, I'm 6'4", 28 years old, but I've never been in a fist fight in my adult life. And so really I just wanted to take my self-defense to the next level, actually knowing what I'm doing when someone comes at me. When a big dude comes at me, I can handle myself. And so that's what I'm here for, to learn what this gentleman has put together. It's quite a nice system, Mr. Gary Ramel from Flowing Combat.
Hey X, we're just going to call him X. Today we're just going to start, and we're going to start with some simple mechanics and some very simple self-defense moves that you can use in a relatively short time. The time's going to vary depending on your skill level. It could be today, it could be a week, but it's going to be some relatively short-term techniques, and then we'll build in the long-term skill building over time to where you can get really, really good with the mechanics. So today we're going to mainly focus on the waist up, where you need to worry about being relaxed. You just need to be really relaxed and not overthink it, because this thing needs to become intuitive. It needs to be very tactile. You need to do it by feel, and you need to learn where your body should be positioned for this and relative to the other person. Okay, so for this next lesson, what we're going to be doing is a very simple technique. It's going to start sort of as a horizontal circle with one arm, and then it's going to transform to a diagonal circle because you want to defend an attack on different planes. You want to plane switch. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I can do this with one hand and talk with the other for a second. So the idea here is this movement. You're just going to do a very easy waist-driven, stand back here, a very easy waist-driven movement. And you're going to come down and pretend you're slicing down with this part of the hand, right here, with this part of the hand. So you're slicing down here. So when you're cutting at this angle. What this does is it creates this just continuous movement, allows you to strike, you get some torque, and it allows you to intercept and strike at the same time with one hand. And of course the other hand is going to be used for something else, but one thing at a time. So it's just here. Okay, so X, here. So let's help you get this movement down a little bit more. Okay, so here, because you want it slicing down here. So there you go. Keep circling and just stick to my arm. Good, good. So what you're doing is obviously you're intercepting a punch. But see, now you don't want to just focus on the block because you want to attack at the same time. So extend that cut outwards. Use your forearm to block. There you go. Turn your waist. So you're forcing my punch off the line of attack and striking at the same time. And you can bring your other hand up and touch my wrist with the outside of your hand. Exactly. And if you can't grab because it's hard, exactly, you just pin the wrist so I can't get back and hit you with this. And then you want to continue to move to my outside and block. So if I try to punch with this hand, I can't get you exactly. And you can just come back and feed me this. Okay, so I'm going to throw the punch straight at the face. It's important when you guys are training with each other, you throw them straight at the face. You don't throw them off to the side. Perfect. Good. Now you can come back with that punch if you want and turn it. Exactly. So, yeah, so the waist movement just goes back and forth. Continuous motion. Just continuous motion. And it's okay if it's sloppy and wrong at first. There's nothing, it's not wrong. If it works, it works. And your mechanics and your fluidity will get better over time. So remember, it's hip driven. It's completely hip driven. So the arm is relaxed and you can do it big at first and it's just completely hip driven. Then the other hand, you practice the other hand. So you're right-handed, we'll do the right hand. Sorry, we did the left first. So slow. You want to do this really slow and ingrain the pathway into your mind, and then do it really fast. So down, around, down. And the idea here is that you don't want to bring your arm into yourself, because then you allow yourself to get collapsed and taken out. So you don't want to do that. You just want to keep it out here. Notice you're keeping this out and then twisting it back. Exactly, there you go, here. And see this round? And you can almost just keep your hand up in the air and just use this circle. And the circle is here. Or this ellipse. It's more like an ellipse because it pulls in with the waist to strike. Okay, so now just have this. So it's not bad. So you have this continuous sweep more than one thing. Here. So you just practice yourself here. Obviously, you're throwing a punch. Okay, all right, so student X and I are going to now do basically a little more realistic portion of this training. We're not going to go full speed or force yet. It's his first day, so we don't want to take it too rough on him. But eventually you need to take your training partner and you need to increment up into intensity and speed until you're basically full force, full speed, because you have to learn to react with this material. You have to learn to react instantly and change and be put under pressure and adrenal stress. So eventually, you know, we have more adrenal stress training, but this really gets the heart going and teaches the correct maneuvers. All right, so student X and I are going to now do basically a little more realistic portion of this training. We're not going to go full speed or force yet. It's his first day, so we don't want to take it too rough on him. But eventually, you need to take your training partner and you need to increment up into intensity and speed until you're basically full force, full speed, because you have to learn to react with this material. You have to learn to react instantly and change and be put under pressure and adrenal stress. So eventually, you know, we have more adrenal stress training, but this really gets the heart going and teaches the correct maneuvers. Try to move in.
Oh, oh.